This video will be an introduction to the eDossier and will include information on to-dos, personal info, and the contact list. The other pages available from an eDossier are covered in other videos. An eDossier is an electronic record containing details on each learner, faculty member, and administrator that has been added to 145. All eDossiers consist of pages that contain tasks, personal information, evaluation details, calendars, and other role-specific pages, depending on whether you're an administrator, a faculty member, a resident, or a student. This video goes over eDossiers from an admin perspective. There are other support resources that go into each type of eDossier in greater detail that can be shared with each type of user. An administrator has access to their own eDossier as well as other eDossiers, and this allows an admin to manage their own personal details as well as manage the details of the people within the programs that they have permissions to access. The level of permissions granted to an administrator depends on their level of responsibility within their program. When a learner or faculty member logs into 145, the screen which first appears is the To-Dos page. They do not see the top navigation bar or the side menu bar that you, as an administrator, see. When an administrator logs into 145, they are on the Rolodexes page. After logging into 145 as an admin, clicking the My eDossier link in the top left corner of the page will open your own personal menu of pages, including your tasks or to-dos, personal info, a contact list, handouts and links, evaluations, and calendars. The level of access that an administrator has within a program is determined by the permissions they have been granted. A super administrator has the highest level of permissions and is typically responsible for managing the permissions of a team of administrators at an institution. Learners and faculty members can't edit their own information. An admin will have to make the necessary changes for them. As a security measure, when 145 support is contacted by a learner or a faculty member, we will direct them to you as the admin or super admin to make any changes or to assist them with an issue so that your specific process is followed. The to-dos portion of the eDossier is where you can find any tasks that are requiring attention. For all users, those tasks could include a link to procedure logs, forms to send, forms to complete, summary evaluations, log entries for approval, low performance flags, reports or results to view, attendance, and when applicable, access links to lottery surveys. As an administrator, you may be able to complete tasks for a person by going to their eDossier and clicking on the link of the task in their to-dos. There are some situations where you may not be able to complete a task for another person, such as when a form is set to anonymous and it is in saved status. There's lots of useful information on the personal info page within an eDossier. You'll find information such as name, email address, phone number, address, and gender of the person right at the top of the page. Your institution may also include information like student number, faculty ID, and employee IDs, which can be found lower on the page under associated information. All of this information is easily edited by clicking on the information you'd like to change, making your edits, and then clicking Save. Users have the ability to change their own username and password when logged in as themselves. This option isn't available as an admin making changes on a learner or faculty, but you can edit your own username and password by clicking on the personal info link on the left and then clicking the Change Username and Password button. If you have a person who is an admin and is now becoming a faculty, or a resident is becoming a faculty, you may want to change their rank by clicking on Edit Rank under Tasks at the bottom of the page. Remember to choose an accurate date for rank changes. Date discrepancies may impact reporting and cause inaccuracies in the data reported on. For those people that have never logged into 145 before, you may click on the Email Login Instructions option under Tasks to send them their username, a link to set their password, and a link to your 145 site. If the person has logged in before, it will send them the link to 145. If they have forgotten their password, they can use the Need Help Logging In feature on the login screen. You may also deactivate a user by clicking on Deactivate this person, also listed under Tasks. Deactivating a user will make their eDossier no longer searchable and will stop that person from being able to log in. Most clients do not deactivate learner eDossiers, as the learner may want to log in and view information even after they have graduated. However, if an administrator is leaving your institution, it is best practice to remove that administrator's permissions and then deactivate their account so they no longer have access to 145 at all. If you do end up deactivating someone by mistake, the information is not lost. You will need to contact 145 support to have us reactivate the person for you if needed. When you're viewing a student's eDossier, you may also edit the grad year of that student under associated information about halfway down the page. In a residence account, the same space would allow you to edit the PGY level. If you would like to see a summary of learner data and a record of individuals' educational activities since they were added to 145, you can click on User History Report at the very bottom of the Tasks section, which will open the report in a separate window. This is a helpful condensed way to see learner-specific details. This report comes in handy for postgraduate residents that need to verify their rotations for exam registration or credentialing, and potentially for residency match information for UGME learners who want to quickly see their date-specific completed clerkship rotations. The report outlines clinical rotations scheduled and a vacation leave history and can easily be copied and pasted into a document or printed. Lastly, you may also find the contact list under Personal Info on the left menu of an eDossier. This list is broken out by program or group and lists all of the learners who've been added to the Rolodex and their contact information. Regardless of a role, a person will only see the contact list of a group where they themselves are on the Rolodex, and students will only see other students with the same grad year as themselves. This concludes your introduction to the eDossier. Please feel free to explore your own eDossier to familiarize yourself with it.